Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Feed Critique Friday, where I critique your guys' Instagram feeds and give you all the tips and tricks on how to better succeed on the app. If you're new here, welcome. My name's Hannah. I am a wedding and couples photographer who has used social media to rapidly expand my business, and I teach entrepreneurs how to do the same exact thing. Today we are going to be critiquing another talented photographer named Delaney. Her Instagram handle is @LaneJPhotography. Let's go ahead and pull up her Instagram feed. My first impression as I scroll through your feed is that it's beautiful. The way that you have the colors all matching, the consistency is awesome, and I love that you're using diversity in the types of shots as well as composition. You're kind of alternating back and forth between further away shots and closer up. It adds a lot of diversity to your feed, and it just looks really awesome. Coming back to the top, let's take a look at your bio now. It's awesome that you state where your location is in your bio, but I would suggest moving it from just somewhere hidden in your bio to the name part where you have your name. You can put Virginia photographer or whatever the location you're looking to serve is, and then your name, because in Instagram's search engine, your name is what comes up when people search. So if people are to search for Virginia photographer, right now, likely if your page comes up, it's going to be towards the bottom, but to put it towards the top, if you have that right in the name bar of your bio, it's going to come up a lot more searchable. Another thing I noticed in your bio is that you have a really long line that says what kind of photography that you shoot. I love that you're including this in your bio because it's important to tell potential clients what type of photography you do, but I would try to simplify that. It just looks really long and lengthy. Maybe something like chunking that into smaller subsections like couples, branding, instead of writing engagements, elopements, weddings. Maybe just lump some that into couples or love stories or something that just kind of simplifies it, because right now it just looks kind of busy with how long that line is. Just kind of finding a way to simplify that and shorten it down is going to increase just the overall look of your bio and not overwhelm people when they're clicking onto your page. Let's take a look at your highlights. I love that you're utilizing behind the scenes because it is such a great way to build connections with people, especially potential clients. It's a great way for them to fall in love with the behind the scenes of your business, who you are as a business owner. So after looking at all your highlights, the only critique that I would have is that 2 of your highlight covers don't match the rest of them. So all the rest are matching. I would just kind of make those 2 match within that theme because I love the theme you have. It's super cute. The colors match your page. I would just make sure that those 2 are with the flow of your feed. Moving on to your posts. As I scroll through your post, the thing I'm noticing is that you aren't using any hashtags. I know there's a lot of controversy out there regarding hashtags. Do they work? Do they not? But in my experience, it makes you a lot more discoverable, especially in a service-based industry like photography. If someone is to search for a Virginia photographer, that hashtag is going to come up and your photo won't be under it unless you're using those hashtags on your photos. So I would recommend using some of those location specific hashtags, especially you don't have to use a ton of hashtags in your post, but again, using some of those location specific hashtags to the town, the state that you are trying to attract clients is just going to make your post more discoverable and draw a lot more clients onto your page. Scrolling over to your reels, it is great that you are utilizing a trending audio in this recap. Using trending audios is probably the best way right now on Instagram to push your content to a wider audience, just because that audio is being used by so many people. I'm sure if you've ever scrolled through Instagram Reels page, you'll notice that you're hearing a lot of the same audios over and over again. So the best way to find a trending audio is if it has that little arrow in the bottom left corner by the audio, then it's trending. And I would definitely recommend using more of those audios because this went really well for you. If you look, you can see that the 2 reels that you utilized hashtags in had about twice as many views and engagement as the ones without the hashtags. So going back to what I kind of talked about earlier, I would just encourage you to use some of those hashtags. And another thing that I would encourage you is to kind of experiment with what hashtags work well with engaging your ideal audience. So if you're searching for potential clients or whoever your ideal audience might be, just kind of play around with what hashtags are attracting the ideal audience. And then once you kind of have an idea of which hashtags are working for you, I would copy and paste those and just put them into the notes section of your phone so that you can reuse those every time you're posting, just to make it a lot easier on you and not have to sit there and think about what hashtags am I going to use this time. Coming up with a lump sum of hashtags that work for you, for your area, for your ideal audience, and then reusing those every time you're posting. The last thing I notice overall as I scroll through your feed is your posting schedule. So it looks like some days you'll post twice and then another week will go by and then you'll post for the first time. So consistency is so important on Instagram. So I saw the most growth in my own Instagram when I started to stick to a content planning system and planning out my content so that I was being consistent with a posting schedule. As soon as I created a posting schedule, my content started to perform so much better because the Instagram algorithm favors content when they know when it's coming. So what that means is if you are posting once a week, every week at the same time, Instagram knows, hey, Delaney's ready to post. This is when we should push her content. Rather than if you're just posting whenever you want to feel like it, which I know is the easiest and a lot of times the ways we fall into it. But Instagram doesn't know they're about to post, should we push this content? Who should we push this content to? But if you're sticking to a consistent schedule, your content is going to perform so much better. As well as your content performing better, it's just so much easier as a business owner when you have a plan and a schedule to stick to because it holds you accountable for what you should be posting, when you should be posting, and gives a lot more purpose to your content. And when you are posting with purpose, your content is always going to perform so much better than when you're posting just to post. Overall, scrolling through your Instagram, you're creating amazing content and work. The next step would just be to push that to a wider audience. And I think with a few tweaks in your strategy, you're going to see the algorithm helping you out a lot more and seeing your content reach a lot wider of an audience. As always, you guys, my intent for this series is for you to watch these critiques that I critique on these creators' Instagram feeds and implement them into your own strategies. If you are feeling brave and would like to have your own Instagram critiques, feel free to leave me a comment in the comment section below and I will add you to my list of feeds I will be critiquing. If you are finding this series helpful or you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you guys next week for more Feed Critique Friday.